Hello, I'm Logic Bunny, and come with me down the rabbit hole of knowledge. Have you ever looked at a robot in a movie and wondered if that's really where we're headed? Or maybe you've just felt a little lost when people start talking about AI, like it's some kind of secret code? It's easy to feel a mix of excitement and maybe a little bit of worry when we hear about artificial intelligence. Is it going to take over the world, or is it just here to help us sort our emails? Let's explore this together. What if we could take away the mystery and see AI for what it really is? Not some scary monster, but a set of tools that are changing the world in ways we can actually understand. The possibilities are endless. That's a great question. In this video, we're going to break down AI into its simplest parts, like taking apart a Lego set and seeing how each piece fits together. We'll look at some of the common myths about AI, the kind of stories that make it seem more like science fiction than science, and we'll show you real, everyday examples of how AI is already at work, making your life easier and more interesting. By the end, you won't just feel smarter, you'll feel empowered to understand and even shape the future that AI is creating. Does the thought of an eye make your head spin? Do you feel like you need a PhD in rocket science just to understand the basics? That's a feeling many of us share. It's easy to get lost in the complex jargon and the advanced math. But here's a secret. You don't need to be a coding genius to grasp the core ideas. Let's explore this together. What if we could strip away all the fancy words and see what it is really about? The possibilities are endless. That's a great question. At its heart, AI is simply about teaching computers to recognize patterns and make predictions based on data. Think of it like teaching a dog tricks. You reward the dog when it does something right, and eventually it learns to associate that action with the reward. AI works in a similar way. It's fed tons of information, and it learns to identify patterns and make predictions based on that information. But here's where we shatter a common expectation. AI isn't truly intelligent in the way we think of ourselves. It's not conscious, it doesn't have feelings, and it can't truly think for itself. Instead, it's incredibly sophisticated pattern recognition. It's like a super-powered version of those find a hidden object games. But instead of finding a teapot in a picture, it's identifying complex patterns in massive amounts of data. And that brings us to a really important point. One that can transform how we see AI in the world. Because AI learns from data, it can also pick up on the biases that exist in that data. This is what we call machine learning bias. For example, if an AI system is trained on data that mostly shows men in leadership positions, it might incorrectly assume that men are better leaders than women. It's something to think critically about. What if we tried this? AI is like a powerful magnifying glass. It amplifies what's already there, both the good and the bad. It can help us solve some of the world's biggest problems, but it can also perpetuate existing inequalities if we're not careful. As the saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility. And that's especially true when it comes to AI. You ever felt like you're staring into a black box when trying to understand how AI works? Like it's some kind of magic trick that even the experts can't fully explain. It's a feeling of helplessness that a lot of people experience when faced with these complex systems. Let's explore this together. What if we could peek inside that black box and see what's really going on? The possibilities are endless. That's a great question. The truth is, some AI models, especially those deep learning neural networks, are so complex that even their creators don't completely understand how they arrive at certain decisions. It's like trying to trace every single connection in the human brain. This lack of transparency can lead to some unexpected errors and biases. Imagine an AI system that's designed to approve loan applications. If that system is a black box, we might not know why it's rejecting certain applicants, even if those rejections are based on unfair or discriminatory factors. It's a counterintuitive truth, but the more complex AI becomes, the harder it can be to understand its inner workings. But don't lose hope. There's a growing field called Explainable AI, or XAI, that's dedicated to creating AI systems that can justify their decisions. Researchers are developing techniques that allow us to see which factors an AI system is using to make its predictions. It's like having a detective who can explain their reasoning step by step. What if we tried this? AI is like a recipe book where some recipes are so complex that you can't figure out which ingredient is responsible for the final flavor. You might know that the dish tastes good, but you don't know exactly why. The best way to predict the future is to create it, even if we don't fully understand how it works. But we need to be responsible in our development, making sure that we're not creating systems that perpetuate biases or make decisions that we can't explain. Do you ever feel like an AI is something distant, something futuristic that has nothing to do with your everyday life? It's easy to think of it as robots and self-driving cars, but the truth is, AI is already all around us, working behind the scenes in ways you might not even realize. Let's explore this together. What if we could pull back the curtain and reveal all the AI superpowers you're already using? The possibilities are endless. That's a great question. One of the biggest misconceptions about AI is that it's a single, monolithic entity. In reality, it's more like a collection of different techniques and applications, each designed for a specific purpose. So let's shatter that expectation and reveal the AI that's hiding in plain sight. Think about your email spam filter. That's AI at work, learning to recognize and filter out unwanted messages. Or what about the recommendation algorithms that suggest movies or products you might like? That's AI too, analyzing your past behavior to predict your future interests. And then there are voice assistants like Siri or Alexa, which use AI to understand your commands and respond in a natural way. Even facial recognition technology, which is used to unlock your phone or identify people in photos, is powered by AI. This is a practical transformation. What if we tried this? Start paying attention to the AI systems you interact with every day. Think critically about how these systems influence your choices and behavior. Are the recommendations you're getting truly helpful, or are they just pushing you towards certain products or ideas? Are the AI systems you're using fair and unbiased, or are they perpetuating existing inequalities? AI is like electricity, invisible, but powering much of the modern world. It's become so integrated into our lives that we often don't even notice it's there. As Arthur C. Clarke famously said, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, but now you know the magic isn't really magic at all. It's just really good guesswork in math, working behind the scenes to make your life a little bit easier, or at least a little bit more interesting. Do you ever worry about being fooled by AI hype? Do you fear that you won't be able to tell the difference between genuine AI innovation and clever marketing? It's a real anxiety, this fear of being taken for a ride by companies exaggerating the capabilities of their AI products. Let's explore this together. What if we could equip you with the tools to spot the AI snake oil and see through the hype? The possibilities are endless. That's a great question. One of the biggest distortions in the AI world is the tendency for companies to overpromise and underdeliver. They might use buzzwords like AI-powered or machine learning to make their products sound more advanced than they really are, all to attract investors and customers. But here's a counterintuitive truth. AI is not a magic bullet. It has limitations, and it's not always the best solution for every problem. You might see companies making outlandish claims about AI, promising to revolutionize everything from healthcare to education with their AI-powered solutions. But often, these claims are not supported by evidence. So, how can you tell the real AI from the clever marketing? What if we tried this? Start by looking for evidence. Does the company provide data or research to back up their claims? Do they explain how their AI system works and what data it was trained on? Question the underlying assumptions. Is the company making assumptions about the world that might be biased or inaccurate? AI is like a toolbox. Some tools are useful, others are not. And just because a tool is labeled AI doesn't mean it's going to solve all your problems. As Carl Sagan famously said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And that's especially true when it comes to AI. Don't just take a company's word for it. Do your research, ask questions, and be critical of the claims you hear. Are you curious about what the future holds with AI? Do you want to understand how it might impact society? It's a natural desire. This yearning to glimpse into the future and see what's coming. Let's explore this together. What if we could paint a picture of your AI-powered future? Not as a science fiction dystopia, but as something even weirder and more complex. The possibilities are endless. That's a great question. One of the most common fears about AI is that it will take over jobs and become a threat to humanity. A real-life Skynet scenario. But let's shatter that expectation and paint a more nuanced picture. The future of AI is likely to be one where it augments human capabilities, helping us to solve problems and create new possibilities. But it also raises ethical questions about privacy, bias, and control. Imagine AI systems that can diagnose diseases with incredible accuracy, but also have access to your personal medical data. Or AI algorithms that can help you make better decisions, but also subtly manipulate your choices. This is a practical transformation. What if we tried this? Start developing skills that are complementary to AI. Focus on creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence. These are the skills that AI is unlikely to replace anytime soon, and they will be essential for navigating the AI-powered future. AI is like a mirror. It reflects our own values and priorities. If we prioritize efficiency and profit above all else, then AI will likely be used to automate jobs and maximize profits, even at the expense of human well-being. But if we prioritize fairness, equality, and human flourishing, then AI can be used to create a more just and equitable world. As Peter Drucker said, the future is not something to be predicted, but something to be achieved. And we need to shape the future of AI responsibly, making sure that it reflects our best selves. So, where do we go from here? You've taken a peek behind the curtain, seen the gears turning, and hopefully feel a little less intimidated by the world of AI. Let's recap the key takeaways from our journey together. AI isn't magic. It's pattern recognition. It has limitations and biases that we need to be aware of. It's already woven into the fabric of our daily lives. And, most importantly, we have a responsibility to shape its future. Let's explore this together. What if we all committed to learning more about AI and exploring its potential applications? The possibilities are endless. That's a great question. This is just the beginning. The world of AI is constantly evolving, and there's always something new to discover. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on AI? What are you most excited about? And what are you most concerned about? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know what topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. What if we tried this? The future of AI is not something that's going to happen to us. It's something that we're creating together. And by understanding its basic principles, by challenging its biases, and by shaping its development responsibly, we can ensure that AI is a force for good in the world. Go forth and be